Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm your host, Ron Nicoletti. It is here. It is Florida Derby time. What an exciting afternoon this is going to be. We got 14 races to look at, so let's get right to those. Track and weather conditions. We're starting the day with a fast main track, firm turf course. The first race on the turf, it's an allowance optional claimer for 4-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 2, Powerful Instinct. Scratch number 10, Golden Point. And scratch number 12 and number 13.
They're off. And it's Indian Guide who comes out the best. Arapica from the outside, flashing some early foot. And then it's Magna Breeze, who's running a bit rank on the inside. Magna Breeze is going to grab the lead, though. Magna Breeze to the front as they make their way toward that first turn. And now Xander Zone slips through on the inside to battle for second right alongside of Indian Guide. Arapica's next on the outside, a length and a half clear of Don Camillo. And then it's back to Gold Shield, now being passed on the outside by Comanche Storm, who's moving up near the leaders while going wide. Then Midnight Notes and Dreams Cut Short on the inside. The first quarter 23-2, and the field starting to settle up the backstretch as Comanche Storm has rushed up to the leaders on the far outside. Arapica counters though, and Magna Breeze has the rail, and these three are right together. And in behind them are Indian Guide and Don Camillo to the outside, followed by Xander Zone, who's 4 lengths off the lead and just clear of Gold Shield. And then it's Dreams Cut Short. Midnight Notes, last of them all, 8 lengths from top to bottom in a 46 flat half mile, moving for the far turn. And it is Magna Breeze and Arapica. These two are now head and head on the lead, just ahead of Don Camillo. And then comes Indian Guide. Gold Shield is after that. And moving on the outside is Dreams Cut Short. Xander Zone's right in it too, 3 lengths off the lead. Then Midnight Notes, and after that early run up the backstretch, Comanche Storm is done. At the top of the stretch, Arapica is the leader. Arapica comes down to the 8th pole clear from Indian Guide and Don Camillo, who's trying to close in from the outside. Arapica, Indian Guide at the rail. On the outside, it's Don Camillo. It's Arapica. Arapica and Junior Alvarado to win it by a length and a half over Don Camillo. And then it was Indian Guide, Midnight Notes, and Gold Shield.
Number 11, Arapica wins the first race and pays $6.80, owned by Randolph Little, Chris Kerr, and Eddie Keneally, trained by Eddie Keneally and ridden to victory today by Junior Alvarado. Second race on the turf at 1 mile. These are maiden claimers, 3-year-olds, a full field of 12 runners going to the post.
They're off. U.S. Academy, Give to U.K. Cats, Wonder Frolic on the inside. These three speed out to the front. What Power is away running in 4th position. Gay Schnell goes up on the outside as they make their way for that first turn. Then Mr. Pumpkin, who's got to be caught wide into the turn. Saving all the ground there is Mav. Mav is racing just about 3 lengths off the lead, and they're being followed by My Bucky's Boy and You Are Flatter between horses. Then back to Casby's Kid, Conrad to the inside, and the trailer is looking up. The first quarter's up in 24 flat. On to the backstretch. Gay Schnell has now taken the lead. And then it's U.S. Academy. Second on the inside. My Bucky's Boy now goes by, takes second up the backstretch. Give to UK Cats is in 4th. And then Mr. Pumpkin 5th on the outside. Wonder Frolic has the rail. What Power is right behind them. And then it's back to Mav, who's got 5 lengths to make up. Then You Are Flatter to the outside. Casby's Kid is next. Down toward the rail, Conrad. And then it's Looking Up. So the field makes their way for the far turn. The half was up in 48 seconds flat. Moving into the far turn, Gay Schnell, the leader, a half a length. My Bucky's Boy to the outside, edges up alongside. They're dead even now. And in behind them, U.S. Academy waits for a spot in 3rd. Give to UK Cats. Then comes Mav on the outside, and What Power, who cuts the corner and needs running room at the top of the stretch. Gay Schnell in front. On the outside, My Bucky's Boy, U.S. Academy. Here comes Give to UK Cats. And Mav on the far outside. What Power still needs a spot and is coming on in between horses. Give to UK Cats, Mav. On the inside, What Power, here's Mav. And Mav gets there over Give to UK Cats. And then it was What Power, followed by My Bucky's Boy and Casby's Kid.
Number 1, Mob, sits chilly early and scores late, pays $6 even, owned by Matthew Scherer, trained by George Weaver, and ridden to victory today by Joe Bravo. The third race is 6.5 furlongs, an allowance optional claimer for state bred 3-year-olds. 8 runners in the field.
They're off. Jamie's Dancer had a good start. On the outside, it's Minute Madness, Coal Miner from the inside. These 3 out for the lead. They're about to be joined by JB Quick, and 4 of them are right together up front. And then it's Tricky Call. Roster Rant on the inside is next. Break of another length and a half back to Mock My Day. Wildcat Wish last early. Heading up the backstretch. And the leader is Minute Madness on top a half a length over Coal Miner in second. And then it's JB Quick, Tricky Call going up on the outside. In behind them is Jamie's Dancer, now joined and passed on the outside by Mock My Day, while Rostarant has the rail. Wildcat Wish is last after a 22-2 opening quarter mile. Around the far turn, and there goes Tricky Call. Tricky Call pokes ahead in front, just outside of Minute Madness on the far turn. And then it's Mock My Day third and trying to come and get going to get those top 2. And then comes Coal Miner on the inside. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Tricky Call, a narrow lead here. Minute Madness second, 45-1 was the half mile. Minute Madness now back in front. Here's Mock My Day into second. Tricky Call gives way. On the far outside, Wildcat Wish is splashing home fast. Here's Wildcat Wish on the outside of Mock My Day. Wildcat Wish runs them down. Mock My Day was second, and then Minute Madness, and a photo between JB Quick and Rostarant.
Number 2, Wild Cat Wish wins it, pays $7.20, owned by H. Jack Hendricks and Roger Justice, trained by Bill Kaplan, ridden to victory today by Luis Saez. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have race number 4. Welcome back. Our 4th race, 1 mile and 1/8. These are maiden filly 3-year-olds, 10 runners in the field.
They're off. 'Tis the Sound came out the best. Mood Swing is away second. On the inside comes Wessex third early on. 2 lengths farther back, and then comes Main Asset, Sassy Astray on the outside. Then Bold Contender down toward the rail and Charlotte Star. After that, it's Lilting and Galileo's Song near the back of the field early, leading only Berwick into that first turn. 'Tis the Sound on top, with Mood Swing pressing the issue. A length and a half behind, running in second position. And then comes Sassy Astray and Wessex on the inside after a 24 flat opening quarter mile. Main Asset fifth onto the backstretch, 3.5 lengths off the lead, and just ahead of Bold Contender Charlotte Star and Lilting on the outside. Galileo's Song penultimately placed onto the backstretch, and 9 lengths off the lead. The trailer is Berwick. So they continue halfway up the backstretch in pursuit of 'Tis the Sound and Tyler Gaffleone. They're in front by about a length over Mood Swing in second. They complete a half mile in 49 and 4/5 seconds. Then Wessex alongside of Sassy Astray. Outside of them, Bold Contender follows fifth. Main Asset sixth, and drafting in behind horses. 5.5 lengths off the lead, racing for the far turn. And then it's Charlotte Star. Lilting drops back, passed by Galileo's Song. And Berwick is still the trailer. 3/4 up in 1:14 and 4 around the far turn, and 'Tis the Sound goes on with it. Opens up to lead by 3. From Bold Contender, second. Mood Swing is third. Wessex swings up on the outside, fourth. Main Asset and Charlotte Star. They're into the stretch. Tyler Gaffleone trying to keep 'Tis the Sound going. Another furlong left here. Bold Contender and Wessex closing the gap. And Galileo's Song has moved up into fourth. Wessex is getting to front running 'Tis the Sound, and Wessex gets there on top. 'Tis the Sound was second, and then Bold Contender, Galileo's Song, and Main Asset.
Number 1, Wessex, first-time starter, closes and wins and pays $21.80, owned by Juddmont Farms Incorporated, trained by Belmont and ridden to victory today by Jose Lescano. The 5th race, 1 mile and 1/8. It's the 34th running of the Skipaway, a Grade 3 event, $150,000 guaranteed.
They're off in the Skipaway. Long shot Ender's Cat goes out to the lead. Valid is right up and on the pace. He's in front, came out running in third right behind them. Then Savoy Stomp on the outside, team colors along the rail, and Rich Daddy is last of them all. Moving for the turn, Valid and Ender's Cat. These two are stride for stride, the heavy favorite on the outside, and the longest shot in the race down toward the rail. These two now clear from Savoy Stomp. Toward the inside, team colors follows in fourth. He's in front is next, and Rich Daddy will sit at the back of the field, 7 off the lead after an easy opening quarter mile in 24-2. Valid now taking charge a half length over Ender's Cat. Savoy Stomp creeping a bit closer now and up into second. Ender's Cat back to third. Then it's team colors fourth on the outside. Just about 2 lengths off the lead and 2 in front of He's in Front, who's fifth. And then it's Rich Daddy continuing to race about 8 lengths off the lead up the backstretch. Valid in front through a 48 and 1/2 mile. Valid by a length. Ender's Cat on the inside, Savoy Stomp, and right behind them is Team Colors, who's just a length and a half off the lead, racing past the half-mile pole. Then comes He's in Front and Rich Daddy. Into the turn, Valid on top, 3/4 of a length. Savoy Stomp on the outside. Team Colors just in behind horses, needs a place to go. Ender's Cat starts to retreat along the rail, and then comes He's in Front and Rich Daddy, 3/4 up in 1:12-2. Coming toward the top of the stretch, and Valid will turn for home on the lead. Team Colors with a clear shot at Valid as they turn for home. Nick Juarez and Valid coming down to the 8th pole, trying to fend off the challenge of John Velasquez and Team Colors, who are a length and a half behind. Valid down to the 16th pole in front. Team Colors doing his best, but Valid's better, and Valid takes the Skipaway. And then it was Team Colors. Ender's Cat ends up third, and then Savoy Stomp.
How game is number 5, Valid. Wins it, pays $2.80, owned by Cross Sabres Farm LLC, trained by Marcus Vitale, and ridden to victory today by Nick Juarez. The 6th race, 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf. These are maiden 3-year-olds. Blinkers off to number 11, scratch number 12, Seattle Affair.
They're off. Stumbled at the start by Titanium Heart. Derby Champagne on the inside, out well from the far outside. Grand Nanuco now up to grab the lead, and Grand Nanuco to the front. Bal Iver is going to go with Grand Nanuco early on. And then it's Uncle Guy away running in third. Derby Champagne is now fourth. Berliner is fifth. And Remembering Mickey racing for the turn. Conquest Stormy outside of horses 4 deep going into that turn. Saving ground there is Richmond Street. And then comes in between horses Silver Beach. And after the early stumble, Titanium Heart is second last. And Torch the Voucher is last of them all. Grand Nanuco ran a 23 3/4 and leads the pack to the backstretch. On top by 3/4 of a length, Bal Iver is running in second. Uncle Guy follows in third. And then comes Berliner going up with Conquest Stormy. These two quickening the pace now, and 5 horses are across the track up the backstretch. Then Remembering Mickey, Derby Champagne, Silver Beach, Titanium Heart to the outside, followed by Richmond Street. Torch the Voucher is last through a 51 flat half mile, so that pace just stopped to a walk up the backstretch. And Grand Nanuco is still the leader. Bal Iver 3/4 of a length behind. And now Uncle Guy is being asked to go with them. 3 of them right together. A 4 deep Berliner, a 5 deep Grand on the far outside, Conquest Stormy. And then comes in between horses Remembering Mickey as Grand Nanuco just plummets through the field on the far turn. And now it is Bal Iver in front. Uncle Guy on the outside is second. A wide run all the way here for Conquest Stormy outside of Berliner. Remembering Mickey behind horses running in fifth. Silver Beach down toward the inside, no place to go. They're into the stretch. Bal Iver on the outside, Uncle Guy. Remembering Mickey now diving through an opening on the inside. Farther out comes Berliner. Conquest Stormy is next, but Remembering Mickey has rallied up the rail, and Bal Iver is right alongside, and these two come down to the line together, and Remembering Mickey wins it by a neck. Bal Iver was second, and then came Uncle Guy, Conquest Stormy, and Berliner.
Number 5, Remembering Mickey wins it. Nice ride by jockey Tyler Gaffalione, owned by William Werner and trained by Roger Atfield. The 7th race, 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. It is the 50th running of the Grade 2. It's the Gulfstream Park Oaks, $250,000 guaranteed.
They're off in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Paula Queen on the inside, sent to the front by Javier Castellano. And Hold On Mama, long shot's got speed on the outside. Between those two, Go Maggie Go is up close to the pace. Off the tracks will sit behind them and run fourth outside of Double Entendre, who's down at the rail. And then it's back to Mo Green, and the trailer is Gomo. So they make their way to the backstretch. Paula Queen, the leader, by a length over Go Maggie Go and Hold On Mama as they complete the first quarter mile in 23 seconds flat. A solid opening fraction there. The heavy favorite off the tracks and John Velasquez are in fourth, and they're 3 lengths off the lead, racing outside of Double Entendre. And then it's Mo Green. Gomo trails up the backstretch, and Gomo's 7 lengths off of Paula Queen, who continues to lead the way with 5 furlongs to go. Paula Queen on top. On top, a length and a half here to Go Maggie Go, running in second position up the backstretch. The half is up in 46 3/5 seconds. These two are right together on the lead, and Hold On Mama is just to the outside of them in third. Off the tracks follows in fourth, moving around the far turn and now being ridden for more speed. John Velasquez asking off the track. She's starting to make a run, though, on the far outside. Gomo is just in behind horses with 3 lengths to make up, and off the tracks has hit the front as they come toward the top of the stretch. Go Maggie Go trying to stick with her, and she's doing it as they come at the top of the lane here. Paula Queen follows in third and cuts the corner. Gomo's got work to do. They're into the stretch, and Go Maggie Go is holding on to this lead from off the tracks. Paula Queen is down on the inside. Go Maggie Go's got it close to home. It is Go Maggie Go. Paula Queen, and off the tracks, Go Maggie Go wins the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Paula Queen was second, off the tracks was third, and Gomo finished fourth.
Number 3, Go Maggie Go wins it, pays $10 even on my Mike Tarp, trained by Dale Romans, and that gives jockey Luis Saez his second victory on the card. And our own Gabby Gaudette caught up with Dale and asked him how confident he was with Go Maggie Go.
I know she's talented, but it's not usually my style. That's tough for any horse to do, one race and then go into this type of race. Same thing's happened a little later in the Florida Derby. Hopefully we have the same result.
The 8th race, 1 mile on the turf. It's the 69th running of the Appleton, a Grade 3 event, $200,000 guaranteed, 8 runners in the field.
They're off in the Appleton. All included on the inside goes out of the gate well. Long On Value's got speed too. Force the pass from the outside. And farther out it's Reporting Star. Then Sky Captain with Exaltation. Divisi Darrow to the outside. And Actabante will trail the field early as they race for the turn with Long On Value in front. Long On Value on top, a length and a half. Force the pass close up to the pace, running in second, with Reporting Star third to the outside, and All Included riding the rail. 3 lengths off the lead onto the backstretch after a 23-4 opening quarter mile. Then Sky Captain racing on the outside of With Exaltation. Divisi Darrow is going up on the outside of those two, and the trailer is Actabante, who's 7 lengths off the lead. Long On Value up the backstretch in front. Force the Pass continues to press the pace in second, with Reporting Star third to the outside. The 3 of them are tightly packed, and now Force the Pass to the front after a 47 3/2 mile. Force the Pass a neck in front of Long On Value. Reporting Star third to the outside. Divisi Darrow in the midst of his run now, and here he goes on the far outside. Sky Captain is next. All Included is down on the inside, being ridden along to go. With Exaltation is next, and they're coming to the top of the stretch, and it's Force the Pass and Divisi Darrow on the outside. Between those two, Reporting Star is third, then Long On Value. Force the Pass coming down to the final 16th. On the outside, Reporting Star. Divisi Darrow down the center of the course. Here's Reporting Star. And Reporting Star wins the Appleton. And then it was Divisi Darrow in a photo with Force the Pass, followed by Sky Captain and Long On Value.
Number 8, Reporting Star, closes to get the victory and the photo, owned by Marybelle Stable LLC, trained by Brendan Walsh. And what a day for jockey Luis Saez, his 3rd victory on the card. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for race number 9.
day begins early, preparing for the task ahead, focused on a single goal. Then it's showtime, ready to face another challenge. And while victory may be uncertain, you can always bet on us to be at our very best.
Welcome back for the 9th race, a 1-mile event, maiden 3-year-olds, over $500,000 in the Rainbow Six pool. Jockey change on the 3, Fire on Fire, make the rider Jose Caraballo. Scratch the 12, Cheyenne Bull.
They're off. Grand Nene is sent out of there to show some early speed. Gold Shark on the inside also out well. And farther out there goes Dig Deep up and after the lead as the field makes their way out of the chute and onto the main track. So they're tightly packed on the front end here. Grand Nene, a narrow lead. On the inside comes Tarpy Zapper, who now is right alongside of Grand Nene up the backstretch. Zamjara right alongside of them by another 2. Dig Deep follows in 4th. Conviction on the outside 5th. Gold Shark is 6th on the inside by another 3 lengths. Then I'm Amazing, followed by Tale of Mist. Active Management is next, and then Fire on Fire. And at the back of the field is Quada's Revenge, and they went 23-1 for the first quarter mile. There's a half mile to go. Tarpy Zapper is the leader. On top 3/4 of a length, Grand Nene follows in second. Zamjara goes up on the outside. Dig Deep has been guided to the rail just a length and 3/4 off the lead. And now Conviction's getting going from 5th with only 3 lengths to make up. Midway on the far turn, Gold Shark is after that. And then to the outside comes I'm Amazing, followed by Tale of Mist. They arrive at the quarter pole with Tarpy Zapper on top as they come toward the top of the stretch. Tarpy Zapper joined on the outside by Dig Deep, and the 2 of them will turn for home together. Tarpy Zapper and Dig Deep, and they've kicked away 5 from the others. Grand Nene is 3rd, final furlong. Tarpy Zapper, Dig Deep on the outside, Dig Deep to the front. Dig Deep takes the lead from Tarpy Zapper, and Dig Deep and Paco Lopez open up late. Tarpy Zapper's going to be 2nd. Conviction comes up for 3rd, and 4th is a photo. Looks like it went to Gold Shark over Grand Nene.
Number 11, Dig Deep, does just that to win it during the stretch run and pays $5 even, owned by Colt Next Stable LLC, trained by Alan Goldberg, and ridden to victory today by Paco Lopez. The 10th race, 7 furlongs. It's the 9th running of the Sir Shackleton $100,000 guaranteed. Scratch the 2, Your Dreams of Mine, the 6, Anchor Down, and number 8, Griff.
They're off in the Sir Shackleton. Grand Shores bounced out of the gate quickly. Defer Heaven is now showing speed on the outside. WB Jet Center is next. On the inside is Brothers of the Time. Then Just Call Kenny, and Squadron A is well behind early as they head up the backstretch. Defer Heaven in front by a neck. On the outside, WV Jet Center is running in 2nd position. These 2 take them halfway up the backstretch in front of Grand Shores in 3rd. The first quarter is up in 22 and 3/5 seconds. Just Call Kenny is 4th, racing 5 lengths off the lead past the half-mile pole. Then Brothers of the Time and Squadron A. So they move for the turn and Defer Heaven, tested all along here by WV Jet Center. These 2 noses apart on the lead with 3 furlongs to go. And right behind them is Grand Shores running in 3rd, Just Call Kenny on the outside 4th. Squadron A and Brothers of the Time at the back of the pack, and the rails open for Grand Shores, and Edgard Zayas sends him on through after a 44 4/2 mile, and Grand Shores has stormed to the front at the top of the stretch. And Squadron A is getting going now, taking 2nd from Defer Heaven at the 8th pole. Grand Shores by 4. Squadron A into 2nd, then comes Defer Heaven, Brothers of the Time, and Just Call Kenny. It's Grand Shores. Grand Shores takes the Sir Shackleton over Squadron A. And then came Brothers of the Time, or Just Call Kenny, followed by Defer Heaven.
Number 3, Grand Shores, slips through on the inside. What an impressive performance. Pays $9.40, owned by Jack's or Better Farm Incorporated, trained by Stan Gold, and a nice ride by jockey Edgard Zayas. The 11th race is the 56th running of the Orchid, a Grade 3 event, $200,000 guaranteed. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward.
They're off in the Orchid. Creasole on the inside breaks well. And now being joined and passed by Quiet Kitten on the outside, who goes up to grab the lead. Quiet Kitten to the front. Photo Call has moved up into second position early on. And then it's My Sweet Girl third to the outside. Suffused is next. And then Pretty and Sweet and Creasole down toward the rail. 3 lengths off the lead into a slower lead pace. Then Song of Ice and Fire. Maximova is only about 4.5 lengths behind early on. Aknaha trails to an opening quarter mile of 25-1. So we're into the stretch for the first time, and Javier Castellano takes the initiative here with the favorite Photo Call, and they're going to kick on with it and lead the way by 2. Quiet Kitten will sit second over My Sweet Girl, and then it's Creasole on the inside of Suffused with a lap to run. Pretty and Sweet is next, and then Maximova, Song of Ice and Fire, and about 7 lengths more back to Aknaha, who trails through a 49 4/2 mile. So they go into the next turn here in pursuit of Photo Call, who leads Quiet Kitten by a length and 3/4. And then it's Pretty and Sweet on the outside, running in third. Creasole is fourth. Suffused follows fifth, with 5 lengths to make up as they enter the backstretch. And then long shot Pretty and Sweet racing on the outside of Maximova, and they're tracked by Song of Ice and Fire, who's well clear of Aknaha. 3/4 up in 1:15 flat. Up the backstretch. Photo Call out there by a length and 3/4. Quiet Kitten continues to track in second. Then Pretty and Sweet third on the outside. Suffused is down toward the rail. And right there in between horses, My Sweet Girl is there. A length and a half farther back to Song of Ice and Fire. Then Maximova, Creasole not keeping up, and Aknaha at the back. Around the far turn, still Photo Call. Photo Call rambling along on the lead here by a length and a half. My Sweet Girl on the outside. Down toward the inside is Suffused, and Suffused is going to be angled off the rail by Jose Lescano to try to come and get this front runner into the final furlong. Photo Call by 2.5. Suffused is into second, and Maximova's third on the inside. Photo Call drifting out through the stretch, but still clear. Late run from Song of Ice and Fire, who's charging through on the inside, but Photo Call holds on. Song of Ice and Fire was second, and then came Aknaha, Maximova, and Suffused.
Number 4, Photo Call, goes wire to wire and pays $4 even, owned by Teresa Viola Racing Stables, trained by Todd Fletcher, and ridden to victory today by Javier Castellano. The 12th race, the 35th running of the Honey Fox, a Grade 2 event, $300,000 guaranteed. Scratch the number 1, E.B. Ryder.
They're off in the Honey Fox. Mississippi Delta and Celestine both had good beginnings. Sandiva came out running in third. And then its elusive collection as Tammy the Torpedo is guided to the inside to save ground going into the turn. Lady Lara is second last early on, a little bit sassy, trails the field 8 lengths off of front-running Celestine. So Junior Alvarado and Celestine make the pace here, and Mississippi Delta is a length and a half behind. Sandiva tracks them with elusive collection in fourth as they enter the back stretch. 2 lengths more back to Tammy the Torpedo. Lady Lara moves up alongside of her, just 4.5 lengths off the lead, and the trailer is a little bit sassy. They went 24-2 for the first quarter mile. Celestine makes the pace. Mississippi Delta keep her company. Second on the outside, Sandiva follows in third. Elusive Collection is fourth. Then Tammy the Torpedo. Lady Lara to the outside, out of traffic in harm's way, 4.5 lengths off the lead, and the trailer is a little bit sassy at the rear of the field, a 48 2/2 mile for Celestine and Mississippi Delta, who are a neck apart moving for the far turn. Elusive Collection continues to track them while Sandiva saves ground and Lady Lara moves 3 wide. Here she comes now on the far outside. Tammy the Torpedo is next, and a little bit sassy trails the field as Celestine takes him to the top of the stretch. 3/4, 112-4. Celestine off the turn in front. Mississippi Delta runs at her on the outside. Celestine a length. Mississippi Delta tries to stick with her, but Celestine kicks away by 2. Celestine by 3. Mississippi Delta, Sandiva, and Elusive Collection far behind Celestine, who wires them into Honey Fox. Mississippi Delta was next, then Sandiva, a photo with Elusive Collection, and Tammy the Torpedo 5th.
Number 2, Celestine. What a day for Trainer Vilmont. That's his second win, along with jockey Junior Alvarado. Celestine paid $12.60, owned by Phaedrus Flights, LLC. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the 60th running of the Pan Am. Welcome back for the 13th race today and the first half of the late daily double. It is the 60th running of the Pan American Grade 2, $200,000 guaranteed. They'll be going a marathon distance of 1.5 miles on the turf. Scratch number 11, Twilight Eclipse.
They're off in the Pan American. Seeking Alpha, Jay Gatsby, O Prado Olay, and there goes Grand Tito now. Up in between horses to be close up to the pace. Kygun is down toward the inside. Zavarian is right there in mid-pack as well. And going up on the outside is Hello Don Julio now by rivals up the back stretch. So they make their way for that first turn, and it is Seeking Alpha in front. O Prado Olay is second on the outside. And they're followed by Hello Don Julio in third. Grand Tito is fourth. Zavarian is next on the outside of Jay Gatsby, who's racing 4.5 lengths off the lead after a sharp opening quarter mile for the distance of 23 4/5 seconds. Then St. Albans boy Kygun has been shuffled to the rear of the field just ahead of Wake Forest. So they're into the stretch for the first time. And it is Seeking Alpha the leader. On the inside is the big favorite Grand Tito's in tight there down toward the rail. O Prado Olay's alongside. Then Hello Don Julio. The half is up in 48 3/5 seconds. Zavarian is next. Jay Gatsby on the inside. Then St. Alban off the lead. Seeking Alpha on top in the race to the next turn. Prompted along by O Prado Olay, and to the outside of them it's Hello Don Julio. These three take them into the turn 1, 2, 3, and now slipping through on the inside is Grand Tito. They've been followed by Jay Gatsby and Zavarian, and right behind them is St. Albans boy and Kygun, and then Wake Forest at the back, 3/4 up in 1, 14 1. On to the backstretch. Seeking Alpha, Luis Saez a length and a half in front, with Grand Tito running in second now and just to the outside of the leader, cutting the gap to 3/4 of a length. Then Jay Gatsby to the inside. Hello Don Julio. Zavarian is right there between those two. A length and a half to St. Albans boy. And then it's Kygun, Wake Forest, and O Prado Olay. They make their way for the far turn, and they are in pursuit of Seeking Alpha, who continues to lead the way. And Grand Tito gets closer. Now these two are side by side up front. Hello Don Julio next. Jay Gatsby just one off the rail. Zavarian's in between horses. Then St. Albans boy and Kygun. Wake Forest in behind them. It is wide open at the top of the stretch. Grand Tito takes the lead. It's Grand Tito in front. Jay Gatsby, Zavarian up the rail. Wake Forest is closing in. Kygun is there on the far outside, and here comes Kygun now. Kygun and Wake Forest, and they've gone by Grand Tito late. Wake Forest and Kygun, these two come down to the wire. Wake Forest and Kygun. Kygun did it today. Beats Wake Forest in the Pan American. And then a photo between Grand Tito and St. Albans boy.
Number 1, Kygun gets the close photo. What a performance after 1 mile and 1/2. They're separated by a head. Kygun paid $7.60, owned by Gary Barber, Quintessential Racing Florida LLC, and a horse and around racing stable trained by Mark Cassie and ridden to victory by Joe Bravo. His second win of the day. The 14th and final race, the 69th running of the ExpressBet.com Florida Derby, a Grade 1 event. $1 million guaranteed, 1 mile and 1/8 for 3-year-olds. Note that the number 6, Chavonis, is a gelding.
They're off in the Florida Derby. And Nyquist had a beautiful start. Chovanes is away with speed on the outside. Sawyer's Mickey came out running in third, and Mohayman is right there, but caught wide into that turn. 4 deep for Mohayman into the first turn. And then a long shot coping away, who's in between horses. Mahesto is down on the inside. Take it to the edge. Will have to come off the pace here. 4 lengths off the lead early on. A break of 2.5 to Isofast, who races to the outside of Fashionable Freddy, while Fellowship is last early. The first quarter was in 23 3/5 seconds, and Nyquist will lead the field onto the back stretch of the Florida Derby. Nyquist a half length in front of Chovanes. Sawyer's Mickey is next, and Mohayman is right there in fourth, outside of horses 2 lengths off the lead, and not far behind at all up the back stretch. And then in between horses is Coping Away. Take it to the edge. Mahesto on the inside. Fashionable Freddy right alongside of Fellowship. Isofast, last of them all, 6 lengths off the lead after a 47 flat half mile. So Nyquist is a half mile from home in the Florida Derby and leads it by a neck. Sawyer's Mickey on the inside. There goes Mohayman now. Mohayman is moving on the outside of horses. Coping Away is in fourth, and then comes Mahesto. Around the far turn, and here's the battle. It is Nyquist in front, and Mohayman has moved up into second on the outside. And the two of them will come toward the top of the stretch together. 3/4 in 1, 11 and 1. And they're into the stretch, and it's Nyquist and Mohayman in their bi-coastal battle at the top of the stretch. On the inside is Mahesto in third. Nyquist has moved away. Mohayman has no answer today. On the inside is Mahesto, and then comes Fellowship. Nyquist drifting out to the center of the track, but he's far in front. And Nyquist is still unbeaten. He has won the Florida Derby. Mahesto was second. Fellowship was third. Mohayman settles for fourth, and Sawyer's Mickey was fifth. And a final time of 1 minute, 49.11 seconds.
Number 4, Nyquist. What a performance. He stamps himself as the Kentucky Derby favorite. Pays $4.40 to win. Owned by Redham Racing, LLC. Trained by Doug O'Neill and ridden today by Mario Gutierrez. In the pick 5 of 5 paid $497.65, 4 of 5, $860. In the Rainbow 6, numerous tickets, $511.66. The carryover going into Sunday, $206,034.13. And the Super High 5 paid $3,020.40. And that wraps up the Florida Day action, but we're not done this weekend. You'll be back here on Sunday with an 8-race card, our first race post, 12:35 p.m. Good night and good luck.